Hello and welcome to part two of our three-part video series on using the Polycom VVX 250 phone with the Megapath and Fusion services. Again, for those that don't know you, my name is Earl Kelly, President CEO of EK3 Technologies. Prior to this video, you should have gone through the first video setting up your phone. You'll notice that our phone is already set up here. We're ready to go and we're ready to place calls. Most of what we're going to talk about today can be found in the guide that came with the phone in the box. We're going to talk about all the buttons that are located here, as well as some basic call functionality. So the first thing we're going to do is look at the actual phone itself. You'll notice you have 4 different line keys. Each one of these line keys allows you to see different functions on the phone. You actually won't use these keys very often, but I just want you to know that they're there in case we do set those up for in the future. You will see that 2 of the line keys actually next to them should have a phone symbol as well as a green check mark and your extension number. Your extension number is how you are located in the phone system and the number that you will use to call different people in the phone system. So everyone has their own extension number, and an extension list should be sent out to you. Just below that, just below the LCD screen that's listed here, you'll also see the soft keys. The soft keys are very important because these keys change depending on what's going on in the phone, depending on if you're on a call or a conference call, etc. You'll notice that these soft keys change all the time. A good rule of thumb is anytime you have any questions about what to do or how to do a function or anything that you're going to want to do with a call, check out the soft keys. They're usually pretty good at telling you what you're looking for. Just below the soft keys, you'll see the cursor button. Okay, this allows you to navigate through some of the things that we're going to do in number 3 video, as well as the home key and the arrow key. Just below that, you'll see your 12-digit number pad, just like you would on any other telephone. And then on the left side of the phone, we come to some of the most important keys. So we have the headset key here. So you do have the ability to purchase a headset with this phone. The headset plugs into the back. You can go onto Amazon or Office Depot, get any headset that is designed to work with Polycom phones. You can actually use this headset button to answer the call, and the call will actually show up in your headset instead of having to fumble around with maybe an external headset function. Just below that, this key is the speakerphone key. So you can press the speakerphone key just like you could on any phone, and you would be on speakerphone. And then this button down here is one of my favorite buttons. It's the biggest button on the phone, which I love about the new version of the phone they put out. This is the mute key. So you can be talking to a caller, put it on mute. They can't hear what you're talking about. Then to the right of the keypad, you'll see the call transfer button. You'll also see the hold button. It looks like a phone with a pause button. It is actually the hold button. And then finally, you'll see the volume up and down button. So if you're not on a call, by pressing the volume up and down button, you can change the volume of your ringer. Okay. When you're on a call, the volume up and down button will allow you to adjust the volume of your call. So let's practice making a call. So first we're going to make a call with our speakerphone, and then we'll make a call with our headset. So to make a call on this phone, you actually have 4 different options if you want, and it depends on the style and how you like to place calls. You can actually press the speakerphone button and then dial the number. You can pick up the handset and then dial the number, or you can just dial the number and press a button. So I personally like to dial the number and then move on. So I'm going to dial a test call we're going to make. Now you'll notice that that number is here on the LCD display. I can press dial if I wish to dial that number. I can also just pick up the handset, or I can press the speakerphone button. Now I will tell you what trips me up more than anything is I have dialed the number. The number will show up here, and I will wait for the call. And I will wait 5 minutes for the number to connect and realize that I actually never placed the dial button. So I'm going to go ahead and in this particular instance, I'm going to press the speakerphone button. By doing so, you'll see that my display turns blue and the call will be placed out. Okay. Again, I can put the phone on mute here. With the volume button, Hi, Elizabeth. This is Earl, and Elizabeth is my guinea pig for today, and she's going to be accepting my call. So you'll notice that with the call, now I'm now in a call. I can use the volume key. The volume key adjusts the volume of the speakerphone. I can speak to Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, Earl. Thank you.
Thank you. So you'll see that I can adjust the volume of the speakerphone. I can also press the mute button, and then Elizabeth will not be able to hear me. We can test that feature by doing this. Elizabeth, I'm going to press the mute button and tell me if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
That didn't work out because I said, can you hear me? And you said, no, I can't hear you. So we're going to try it one more time. So I'm going to say a secret magic word, and you can tell me the secret magic word. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. The magic word is blue. Did you hear me say the magic word?
I did not.
There you go. So the mute button does work on this particular phone. So you'll notice that while I have Elizabeth on the phone, you'll notice that my soft keys have changed. My soft keys now say that I can place Elizabeth on hold, I can end the call, I can transfer the call, or I can do more. Now I can also do that from buttons that are located here on the phone. So again, if I wanted to put Elizabeth on hold, she would hear hold music. So I'm going to put Elizabeth on hold. So if I press this button, you'll notice that my line button is now flashing red. Elizabeth is on hold. If I want to pick Elizabeth back up, I can simply press resume. That's located here on my soft button. You'll notice they have changed. You can also press this red button. So if I press resume, Elizabeth is then resumed. And I can hear Elizabeth talking now again.
Yes, I'm still here.
Thank you. And Elizabeth, did you hear hold music?
I did.
So by placing Elizabeth on hold, I can then make additional calls if I needed to. I can also transfer Elizabeth to another extension if I wanted to by pressing the transfer soft key, dialing the extension, and I can either talk to the extension and then press transfer, or I can just transfer immediately. That's the difference between a warm transfer and a soft transfer. So a soft transfer allows you to talk to the person, say, hey, I have so-and-so for you. Are you ready? And then once they're ready, you press transfer. Other than that, you can just press transfer, and it will transfer the number directly to their extension. So now I'm going to hang up with Elizabeth, and Elizabeth is going to call us back, and we're going to talk about options for picking up the phone when the phone is ringing. You ready, Elizabeth?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So I'm going to hang up, and you call us back.
Okay, sounds good.
So again, I just pressed the speakerphone button to hang up. So I could also have picked up the phone the whole time. I could just pick up the phone, and we could have done exactly the same thing. We just happened to do it on speakerphone. So now, when Elizabeth calls back, you'll see that one of my line buttons will be flashing. It should be flashing red. And I can either pick up the handset or I can press the speaker button. So you'll notice now the phone is ringing. You'll see it says incoming caller. It'll give you the caller ID and the number. You'll see the light is flashing green. So we can press the speakerphone button. Once we press the speakerphone button, we can talk to Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, Earl. It's Elizabeth.
So we happen to know it was Elizabeth because, of course, her caller ID showed up on the screen. We could have also picked up the headset and spoke with Elizabeth just like a normal telephone. Again, with Elizabeth being on the phone and calling in, we have the same soft key buttons, and we can use all of the same functionality that we could on the phone if we were to dial out the number. Thanks, Elizabeth. So we're going to hang up with Elizabeth now. In order to do that, we're just going to press the speakerphone button. And we have hung up the phone with Elizabeth. Those are the basic call functionalities of the phone. In episode 3 of this 3-part series, we will talk about some of the more advanced features that you can do with the phone and how to actually change some of the features and functionality of the phone if you don't like the way it works. Thanks for listening. Again, if you need any support, you can speak to us at our support line. You can either call us or text us at 904-875-5051, or you can email us at support@ek3tech.com.